Hi, and welcome to part 2 of the tutorial for the workflow to go from GPS waypoints to areas in a map. In the last step, we converted the GPS waypoints to a shapefile. So this shapefile, if I want to these points, if I want to see the attribute table, I right-click on the layer and I select Open Attribute Table. So you can see that this GPS file that we converted to a shapefile has a lot of attribute information like elevation, time, and a lot of it is empty. But what we want to do is we want to calculate the X and Y coordinates so that we can label them in a map. And one way to do this is if we go to the processing toolbox on the right and you select add a geometry, you can just search in the search bar. If you type add, it will appear. So this is the tool I want to use, add geometry attributes. I double click it. And this part window on the right, it tells you what it does. So it will use the coordinate reference system that we are using, UTM zone 36S, to calculate the coordinates of the X and the Y value of each point in meters. So here I have to enter the waypoints. So this is my waypoints shapefile. It's the input. And I wanted to calculate using the project CRS. And I want the added geometry info to be calculated into a new file. So I click Save to File. And I will call this waypoints 1 XY. Click Save. And run. And it's already done, so I can close this. This is, well, it gave this a different name. In reality, you can look in source to see, information to see what the name of the shapefile is. So this is the name, waypoints XY. Oh, it actually made a GP geopackage, but no problem. Okay, so I made a new geopackage point file. Let me open the attribute table. And then I will scroll all the way to the right. And there you see that these 3 geometry attributes have been added with many decimal points. The X coordinates, the Y coordinates, and the Z coordinates. Now, next thing I want to do is I'm going to show how you can digitize to make between these points to make a polygon file. So we're going to make a new polygon file and we are going to use this tool. It's called Enable Snapping. So it's turned on now because we will use the snapping feature to snap to these points, to use these points as vertexes of a polygon. I'm going to make a new shapefile. So to do this, I go to Layer, Add Layer, and Create Layer, layer, create layer, and I will create a new shapefile layer. So I selected new shapefile layer. Then I browse to my folder. I will call this waypoints 1 polygon. And click save. And the geometry type for this one is polygon, and EPSG, the CRS I want to use is a project CRS UTM zone 36S. And here I can also add a new field. So you can see the fields list here that is default. Default is that it has an ID, and that's it. But now I also want to add a name, which will be text data. Add. I want to add the X coordinates. That will be a whole number. And I want to add, sorry, that was wrong. I can remove it. Of the polygon, I also want to know what the area is in square meters. Meters squared. Click. So it's a whole number. I don't want any decimals. And just click add to fields list and click OK. So now this is our, it's an empty polygon layer. There are no features in it yet. If I open the attribute table, you see that the features are empty. And these are the two fields that I just added. Okay, I can leave it open here. Okay. So now I'm going to start digitizing. The first step is to select your layer that you're going to edit and click on this yellow pencil, and this will start the editing mode. And the next thing I want to do is to create a new feature, a new polygon feature. Add polygon feature. So I click on this tool. I will click on it. I see that the snapping is on. So if I come near this point, as you see, it is pink when I hover above it. It is going to snap to this point. So then I just click on it, and I click on the next one, and I click on the next one, and then I click on the next one, and then right click. Then I will just say, well, this is 0.001. And the name is plot A, and the area I don't know yet. Just leave it empty. And I click OK. So now you will, when I open the attribute table, you can see that there is one feature. I added one feature. Plot 1, plot A. Okay, so this is a way to go. So now I will move from feature to feature. So now I will use the zoom in tool to zoom in to the next one. And then I will do the same thing. So I'm still editing. I have to select the layer and then click on add polygon feature. And then I will snap from point to point. Just click. I can see it snapping to it. So it will be correct. Click and then right click. And this one will be 002. I will call this plot B. Okay. And Zoom out again and zoom to the next one. Same thing, click on Add Polygon feature. And as you snap, right click, 003, I will call this one .c. So how many, I've done 3 now, right? 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3 more to go. Just for now, I will just leave it at this. So I have made 3 polygons. I can turn this off so you can see them better. 1, 2, 3. And when you are done digitizing, you can click on this yellow pencil again to stop editing. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, save. So now they are saved. I can open the attribute table and I can see the names I put there. If I want to edit something here, I can also edit in the table. If I want to make like this and stop editing. So this is the way to digitize the areas. Now, if you want to know what the area is, you can use the same tool we used to add the XYZ coordinates. Double click it, then select your waypoints polygons. And we are going to calculate using the project CRS. And we're going to add the geometry info, in this case, the area. So click on this one, click Save to File. I want to make a shapefile. I will call this waypoints 1 polygon area. Save and run. Okay, so it will add a new file. This one. And let me just check the attribute table. Yes, so it has added the area and the perimeter. Now, you see that the area has many decimal numbers. I want to copy this number to my area column. And to do so, I can use the field calculator. So when you have your attribute table open, click on the Open Field Calculator. We'll open the field calculator. So in this case, I already made the area in square meters column. I do not want to create a new field, so I uncheck that box. And then I want to update an existing field, this one, so area in square meters. And I want to calculate the area, just copy it from the area field, double click the area field. Here you can see the output preview. Click OK. So now you can see that the area has been copied. Maybe you want to calculate the hectares, the number in hectares. So that is divide the area in square meters by 10,000. I can do this with, I open the field calculator again. In this case, I want to create a new field. The field name will be hectares. It will be a whole number. I will use the area. and I will divide it by 10,000. And this is the result, 1 hectare. Click OK. Oh, I don't want this. I made a mistake. So of course, if I'm going to calculate hectares, I want at least 2 decimals. If I want to delete this field, you can click delete fields, click on hectares, click OK, and it is deleted. So again, I go back to open field calculator, create a new field, hectares. It will not be a whole number, it will be a decimal number with 2 decimals. And it will be the area, double click area, divided by 10,000. Click OK. So this is the area in hectares. And I see that I made a mistake in a spelling mistake. Oh well. I cannot correct that here. I would have to remove it again. But this is what I wanted to show. So now you have your, we started with the waypoints. So these are the waypoints from the GPS. We converted them to, in this case, a geopackage. The geopackage has, of the points, contains the X and Y and Z coordinates. And then for these 3, I digitized the polygons using the snapping tool. And the last step, let me stop the editing. The last step is that I use the same tool, add geometry attributes, to calculate the area and the perimeter, and also the showed you in the field calculator how you can go from 1 unit, so in square meters, go to hectares. Yes, so this is part 2 of this tutorial, and I think that for now this is it. If you have any questions, let me know.